Hello, everyone. You are welcome to another edition of podcast on AXRA. Thank you so much. This is the first episode we are going to be having as regard AXRA Value Talk. So I have with me in the building Mr. Okoyemi. Mr. Okoyemi, introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, Mr. Alex, once again for having me join you on this session of podcast. Azra
Value
Valley,
Talk.
Azra Valley Talk. Thank you so much. I'm Okpeyemi Olutayo, by the way, and I work with GoFree as the lead sales person.
Thank you so much. That's the Go Free Lise. So on today's episode, we are going to be talking about Azra Value Talk. So this episode is about how what is the value Azra want to create in the society, and how did they want to start? How are we starting to create this value, and what has been done behind this so far? So Mr. Koyemi will be educating us, exposing us to some of this value. Now, to start with, it is important to know that the education system in Nigeria, we can't say it has really gone down, but the question we need to ask is that okay, we are producing a lot of graduates every year,
Yeah.
but the truth of the matter is that is there job opportunity? Is there no job opportunity? The job opportunity that we have, how many people are adjusting for it? So many things. So what should be done? What can we do? And I think this is what Mr. Okoyemi really want to date with on today's show. So now Hazra want to create a value, and let's hear from Mr. Okoyemi. So this episode is divided into four. We're going to be having four segments, and the first segment we just go straight to it. So Mr. Okoyemi, to start with, before I even start with, so give me a little update about Hazra, because I remember that Hazra really had the program not quite long.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Alex, once again. Um, yes, Azra was. We have this strategy now that we are implementing, and the strategy is to take Azra to campuses. And why we are doing that is because we believe that the future of this nation, of Africa, is on campuses. The young minds that you need there, you really need to empower them. And that's why we want to put Azra into the young minds, the young ones, and so that the future is predictable with them. Yeah.
Yeah. So an event about Hazra was actually held in University of Ilorin not quite long,
Yeah.
and it was actually indelible. I
Yeah.
was actually there. So go straight to the point now. So let's talk about the first segment is the reality of the world. Today's reality
Okay.
in the world. So now we, like I mentioned, we have seen a lot of graduates walking around, roaming around. It's not as if they don't want to work, but there is not much opportunity for them like other part of the world. So now, but let's talk about today's reality in the world first.
All right, Mr. Alex, thank you. When we were graduating on campus, I think this should be about maybe 9 years now, 2017, 2018, till this moment, I really cannot place a year. But when we're graduating on campus, our alma mater, where I graduated from, I also happen to graduate from the University of Ilorin. The point is, my university as at of the time was already graduating about 7,000 to 9,000 students every year. Now the statistics has jumped up, to around about 12,000 every year. The question is, where are we deploying them to? So if a university in my country can release or can graduate 12,000 every year, what about other universities? And we have quite a number of universities in this country, not to even talk about the continent of Africa. So the real question is, where are we graduating them to? So that gives you a clue into today's reality, right? That, see, as a student, you really have to understand that your time starts right on campus. It's not when you graduate. It's what you do before you graduate that makes you employable, that makes you that brings that demand to you. You understand? So today's reality is about their lack of opportunity in
Opportunity.
quotes, but I also want to say that there are opportunities. But to a set of people, we have two side of the coin. To this set of the people, A, there are no opportunities. To B, there are opportunities. So what makes you cross from A to B is the reality of what
Today's
this
world, yes.
of today's world. So basically, as a student, you can be in two realities. One, you can be on the other side of A, or you can either choose to be on the other side of B, where you attract opportunity and you make yourself seen and all of that. So that's the reality of today's world, sir.
That's the reality of today's world. So now you can cross from A to B, but naturally, I think you are trying to say that it depends on how you see
Yeah,
it. It
yeah,
depends
yeah.
on how
It
you see it.
depends. It depends on who you are, your personality, what you are doing right now, and this is where I believe that as a student, like I said, it is what you do right now as a student that makes you employable. Take for instance, if you are saying there are no opportunities, then I'm asking you, have you learnt the things
That you're
that
supposed to.
brings opportunity to you? You understand? If you are even still struggling to pass your courses, you cannot tell me that you are ready to even use that particular course to get the right job that you are looking for. You understand? So students must look beyond the fact that there are no opportunities to creating opportunities. And how do you create opportunity? You look for the problem you can solve, the skill you can sell, the collaboration you can attract, and the offer that you can give.
I think this is these are part of what was actually mentioned in the recent program head by freelancer, which was collaborated with AXRA. I
Yeah.
think these are the key points. So what you said now will make me to go to the next question. You understand? So which is why now, why should students start early?
Thank you, Mr. Alex. You see, this question is just quite very simple and it's very necessary for us to ask this kind of question. Why should you start early? Because starting early gives you edge. That edge, that cutting edge is very important. Say, for instance, we are in the era of AI, right? Those who started early, the companies who brought AI to us, that was at the forefront, you know, they are now the ones like the big guys
Big
in
guys in the
in the
industry now.
industry. So it's always like that everywhere across all human stratas. That if you start early, you are putting yourself in the position of a founder, of a mentor, and most importantly, of a business tycoon. So you see that resources flow more to you because everybody is looking at, oh, he did it, he
Yes.
pioneered it. So how can we copy? So you are like the model, you are like the pattern. So as soon as you start, the earlier the better for you. The earlier the better for you. So what students should be looking at now is, what can I start to do?
Even right on the
Even
campus.
right on campus. Where can I network? Are you getting this? Okay, what skill can I learn? It's not about just, of course, the certificate is good. In fact, education is not a scam. That's the truth. As education is not a scam. I went to school myself. In fact, I did masters myself, and I'm hoping to do my PhD, right? But of course, even in my own field, I graduated from the Department of Linguistics, Mr. Alice, but the only thing I'm using from that particular
Course.
course that I did on campus was the communication skill aspect of it. I was taught how to communicate better, how to face audience and all of that. As a linguist, I also learned about different languages, so I can communicate around that. But however, as the course, I didn't pursue the profession of that particular course because I switched, and it is why where I am today,
Now
right?
switching to marketing.
Thank you. So the idea is that you go to school, you get what you have to get. At least that gives you, the privilege of saying, "Oh, he's education, is educated, she's educated." So a lot of people wants to listen to you. What do you have to offer? Then you retrain yourself in the area in which you are found interesting. All right. So uh, if it is for the fact that you want to pursue, let's say you want to pursue communication skill, then go to communication skill, like learn the rudiments. If you want to go to, let's say, marketing, if you want to go to e-commerce, all these things are there. Sit down, learn these things as early as possible. If you want to go into tech, if you want to go into UX design, if you want to go to digital marketing and what have you, these things are there. You cannot tell me that you don't have opportunities. The question will be, are you ready for the opportunity that is on ground?
So, and thank you so much. One of the way to make yourself ready is to start early.
Early.
So, thank you so much. Really dealt with that. So, I think one or two people are just catching up with what Mr. Okweri's podcast or the edition of podcast. Now, so we're going to go to number three, but before we go to number three, I think we receive a quite number of comments from people, asking us about what Hasra really means. So, what Hasra stands for. So, to know more about Hasra, you can just go to usehasra.com, and so you're going to get to know more about Hasra. But in a single, let me say, in a simple sentence, Hasra is just a way of creating your USD or making transactional international transaction right on your WhatsApp. So you don't need to download any app. And we are not just solving problem, we are also building people, young people like you, young people like me. So, and that is why we are on this program, and that is why Mr. Okwe is still on this program.
Thank
So
you, sir.
to continue, let's go to number three, which is I want you to talk about the skills. Yes, let me say about the skills needed at this time, or what skill do you think the students should be learning, even right on campus?
All right. Thank you, Mr. Alex. The skill relevant for our age now, just start doing AI automation. Start learning about tech. Start learning about robotics. Start learning about health, robotics, and all of that. AI, Web 3, UI, UX, digital marketing. I'm telling you, if you know how to sell, you are going to make money. I'm telling you, these things are real. If you really know how to sell, you are going to make money. Learn how to do campaign marketing. Learn how to do, we call it's not just writing. I've forgotten the specific term now. But if you know how to write a compelling storytelling technique of writing, that you can write and it compels people to want to buy, to want to listen to you the more, you understand. Also, go learn about personal developmental skills, you understand, that helps you relate with people better, that helps you manage people better, that also helps you to manage resources better. These are the things to look forward to, and this is where I say that this is why we are building AXRA community. In fact, some of the campuses we've been to now, they are joining, and the idea behind AXRA value community is the fact that we are taking responsibility, in quote, for a failed system. A failed system will produce a failed country.
That's true.
Before we get to the edge of being called a failed country, let's take responsibility for it. So what we are now trying to do with AXRA value community is what we term taking responsibility for the future. So the idea is from campus to global opportunities for students. And the earlier we have these students on ground, to put them on the right path, some of them, they are going to be having access to scholarships. Some of them are going to be having access to internship. Some of them are going to be having access to networking. And some of them are going to be having access to opportunities like jobs, you understand,
Yes.
and personal development.
Which is very important.
You cannot tell me that your country or your continent is going to be great without early inclusion of young minds into the system. So who is handling this? Who is handling that? And the earlier the better you put the students on board, the young minds on board, the earlier they start taking over their own world. Imagine that at maybe 23, 20, you have young minds who are building things. And I kept on saying that the problem of this country and the solution that is going to come to solve that problem is going to be the solution of young minds in different stratas. We, all of us, cannot be running after government work. Government work is not bad. I'm telling you, government work is not bad. But we all have to look beyond the government work. We have to create solutions. We have to go into SMEs, businesses, and what have you. People must come up with strategies. We must solve educational problems. We must solve infrastructural problems. We must solve transportational problems. And the earlier you start including these young men, and you are building them, you are placing resources in their hand, also for them to be able to attract resources, the earlier the better that the problem in the country gets solved.
Yes.
So one of the things that AXRA did was to look into a problem that we have in the continent Africa. Okay, we have opportunities, we have freelancers, gig workers, and what have you. They kept on doing the work, at least, but the problem was the problem of getting to receive their payment. Now, even before they get to receive their payment, they have a headache of downloading about maybe 5 apps, 12 apps before. And one of the problem also was the problem of, okay, now I know I can receive my money, but a significant figure of that particular amount is cut off from the pipeline of just receiving. Or if another person is receiving from you, that person takes commission. So we are saying that there are now solutions, but the solutions can even be better. So let's create AXRA. Create your create your US dollar account and your global account on WhatsApp. Receive your money yourself into your account. It's a global inclusion of Africans. Let's include everybody. And we are now saying that, okay, we have a community. The community is not just about creating dollar account, blah blah blah. Let's even start building a nation that includes the young minds. They will learn about self-development. They will learn about opportunities. They will learn to monetize their skills. They will learn to connect and create networking. This is what AXRA community is all about.
Mr. Okwe has really talked about, even the next question I want to ask him, he has really spoken about it. But I picked a lot of things, and I feel like you guys are following us. So especially the aspect when you begin to talk about how all of us as youth can be an inclusion in solving Nigeria's problem or Africa problem generally. So, and this is one thing that AXRA has taken in their hands, to do. And that is why I want to inform you guys that you can now join our community, the community of AXRA. You can be added on WhatsApp. Just below this video, just get in touch with us, and we're going to add you. So where we're going to be having opportunity like internship, like training, like information around the globe that is useful for your development. And together we are pursuing the same goal, which is what? To actually make Nigeria and Africa better and better. So without you and I, it can be possible. So now let's go to the last question, Mr. Opeyemi. The last question is So over the time, we notice that um, what we are leveraging on is actually internet. You understand? So, and I want us to talk about internet. The internet has really changed everything. You understand? I believe you agree with that.
Yeah,
So,
I do,
so
100%.
I want us to talk about internet generally, like how internet has is a big deal, like has changed everything for us.
Mr. Alex, thank you. See, um, we have to understand that internet is like then it's not even the next. Internet is the is the gold mine currently. Internet is the gold mine. What you are going to make in your physical store as a business, maybe in 5 years, internet can compress it to 6 months for you. So you cannot tell me that you are not included in this age. You are looking for resources, the internet is there. And like I said, the CEO and the team here at AXRA, they are just taking responsibility for a better continent.
Mm.
You see it from the product itself and from what the product is now translating into. That it is not just about the product, it is also about the people who use the product. Because if we don't have a fruitful mind, okay, we've solved a problem of international banking.
Yeah.
What about having people that their minds are fruitful, use this product, get the continent more better, and as a people, we are doing well. So, and the internet gives you the privilege to do it. In fact, the internet is why AXRA exists.
Yes.
The internet. So, you don't have to say, I'm going to my office outside of your house. Right from the comfort of your house, even as a student, you are seated, you are creating content for a company that is paying you, and you are using AXRA to receive your payment. Right there from the comfort of your campus, you are writing for somebody, for a film industry, for a novel industry, right? You are writing and you are receiving payment through AXRA. And that can only happen through your inclusion in internet. So the internet changed the game for us, and it will be forever. We remember, back in the days, it used to be a word of, oh, I'm going to my workplace. I'm going to my workplace.
The industrialization era.
Thank you, sir. We carry our fathers carry their portfolio, inside their own little Mercedes Benz, and you are just like admiring the older generation. Say, oh, one day I want to be like this. One day I want to be like this. But then the internet came. At first, people didn't embrace it because we were thinking, it's for Yahoo guys. Only for us to see what the internet could turn a man into.
That's true.
We could send money right now because of the internet. And so you cannot sit back and say, oh, internet is a demon. Internet is that, internet is that. You really have to be included. And you can learn so many things on the internet. And you can even get opportunities from the internet.
Exactly.
Right? So these are the issues. And I want everybody to embrace the current reality of our world. You cannot tell me that you are sitting back and you are just relaxing. And this is why, like I said, we are taking responsibility for a better community, for a better Nigeria, for a better Africa, and, at large, a better globe. At least let it start from our corner. Yeah, that's what we are doing. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Koyemi. You have really dealt with this program. If you are just joining us, even though we are about to draw the curtain for today edition, so we are on the podcast, and on today's podcast we are talking about uh, the value Azra wants to offer you, apart from just creating an account on WhatsApp, or leveraging on WhatsApp to make your transaction on Azra. So, like I said the other time, if you want to join this great community where you are going to gain self development, personalized development, job opportunity, internship, a lot of growth like that, or exposure to the world of technology, you understand? So, just write a comment below, and just send us message. We are going to definitely reach out to you, and we're going to add you to our community. Mr. Koyemi, thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Mr.
Even though
Anderson.
you offended me, I was thinking, as in the course of the program, you are going to admire my Azra.
Oh, my
So,
apologies, Mr. Alice. My
so I
apologies.
was thinking, so, but
My
anyway, I'm going to
apologies,
find
sir.
you. I'm going to find you. Just, I'm not going to, we don't deal with naira here. It's dollar. So I'm going to just
My
find you five
apologies.
dollars. Just $5.
It's fine, sir.
Yes, that was on lighter mood. Everyone, thank you so much for joining the program. Don't forget that this is Go Free, and under Go Free we have Hazra as one of our products. Hazra deals with helping you to collect your money around the world. Right on your WhatsApp, everything is done. You don't have to download any app. To know more about Hazra, just go to usehazra.com and just talk to Hazra. And additionally, Hazra works on Telegram, Slacks, and WhatsApp, so you can choose anyone you want. Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank you
Okoyemi.
so much, sir. Thank you
We
so
really,
much.
really enjoyed today's program, and I think this is the first Azra Value Talk. So subsequently, we're going to be having more. So we're going to go to the next edition next week. Thank you once again. Really, really appreciate it. So we are dropping the curtain, but like I said, we do not always say goodbye. But Mr. Okoye will say what? See
See
you
you.
next time. So thank you, Mr. Okoye.
Thank you
you are,
so much.
you are welcome. So
Bye,
say hi.
everyone. Bye, everyone.
Hi, everyone.